Tonight trap. Tonight trap. Tonight trap. Tonight trap.
Super heavy, or you're like, kind of poppy fun? Are you fun or
The thing is, it's at the meta, what I call the meta, with the top music.
the contemporary
Yeah.
system
Right
that
back-
exists?
Yeah, at first it was, when we started it was punk, and then it was hardcore dominated for years.
Yeah.
Then the scene died. There was a period where just
There's nothing. There's DJs.
Yeah.
There's DJs.
There's all DJs.
And then now we're in this
New
indie
genre era.
indie grunge, like Mac DeMarco, the guy that got accused or whatever. You know
Right
what
now
I
it's like nostalgic. I
So,
think.
didn't Burger Records, bro?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody that plays that genre apparently had like some sort of allegation against them.
Everyone, a lot of people
Yeah.
got sucked into that hole, and I remember being like,
Yeah.
is it just the same crowd
Yeah.
that's absorbed to that? Because I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I saw personally.
I think the only one that I didn't hear an allegation from was the drums. I think the drums were the only ones, but besides that, every band in that genre of music had something, and I'm like, oh well, we stayed into like into the indie pop. Now in the national scene, there's also a different meta. There's your local meta, there's your national meta,
Mhm.
and then
the regional.
and then the regional, for a long time between 2006 and 13, it was indie pop,
Yeah.
and we're on that hype.
Yeah.
Still, I feel.
It's because when we first started, we were always misbooked for a long time because
Yeah.
we've always
Oh,
been
man.
kind of like indie.
They didn't
So
know.
and for like when we were in high school, there was not that many other bands that were kind of similar to our genre. So every time we do shows, it'd be like
Yeah.
hardcore bands, and then like us, like this, like you know.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of weird, and then we started seeing that right around that first era of A Lucky Tragedy when we were like maybe 2006, 2011, 2010. That scene kind of slowly started to fade away. Like maybe not fade away, but we weren't really seeing it as much.
Yeah.
And then right around from like what 2010 to maybe 2015, we started to see a lot of that, like you said, that indie pop kind of
yeah.
like era. And that's when we started to see bands, like I said, like Electric Social, Twin Keys, and a bunch of other bands like show up that were very similar to our genre, and we are like, oh wow, you know,
This is cool.
This is cool. Like we were playing like, for me, that age I think was kind of like in a way almost like a golden age for the music scene for me, at least my age, you know,
Yeah.
because I was like in my late teens, early 20s, so you know how you're like that youth, you know, you're all like, wow,
You want to go out.
yeah, you want to go out.
Now you're forced to go out because
Yeah.
everybody's there already. Like, fuck.
And there was like so many other bands with like kids and like not kids but like people like our age, so it really did feel like a big community of musicians, like oh my god, like very similar genres, and we're doing shows where it's just all the genres that like, well not all the genres but our genre, like our similar genre, so it was really cool. It was like really like whoa, you know.
That does feel so weird though, because when I was young too, I feel like it was the peak of the music scene too, you know?
Yeah, I think
But it
everybody
was-
has their golden age, you know?
It was
Yeah.
like, for us, it was like bands like fucking Wednesday, 600 Part, like all these like pop punk, you know, post-hardcore and
Yeah,
fucking
and
hardcore.
that's it. In the early 2000s, here, at least locally, that was the meta. I don't know what it was nationally, but the meta locally was that. And then I don't know how, which is weird because I'm thinking, well, when this whole COVID thing is over with, who's still around? I see a couple of bands that are still jamming. So what's gonna be the meta post Burger Records, post
And what are people gonna want to fucking go see?
Yeah.
Man?
Like how's the scene going to be affected afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like people are probably gonna go see whatever the fucking is because they're just gonna be desperate for something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's what I think. I mean, I don't think, no offense to hardcore or, punk. Pop punk for sure they always get a pass. Pop punk always gets a pass. But
Why? Why?
why? It's just,
I think it's like everybody's
Fucking
fucking
you,
influence.
bro.
I think it's everybody's influence.
I just think it's such, like, you can mix it with the hardcore bands because it's like heavy and fast,
And it's easy
but you could
for
also
them.
mix it with the indie bands because it's happy.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, so that's I mean,
That's what I was telling you. Like some of the pop punk kids though, like are getting a little. What did I tell you? They're getting a little like angry like kind of gatekeepy fucking like we don't want anybody coming into our
Maybe
scene.
that's associated with punk. If
But I'm
you're-
like-
if you love punk, you're gonna.
But if you're
You're
pop
gonna-
punk,
you're gonna- there's gonna be
defend
gatekeeping.
your fucking
Yeah.
section of
but if
punk
you're
to
pop
die.
punk, you're supposed to be like everybody come in and have a beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of like
Oh,
no.
Someone fell. Let's pick them back
Yeah,
up. Not
dude,
like in a.
that's how it was. And it's fucking weird to me when like, you know, like, and I told you this, like when Machine Gun Kelly's doing this shit and everybody's shitting on him. I'm like, why are you shitting on him, dude? You should be like, dude, fuck it, just do it.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I want to like. It's a little exciting to see.
That's true.
To me, it's exciting to see what's gonna happen when everything goes back to normal.
I
How are
agree.
the shows gonna happen with the social things that occurred early this year? I mean, you guys are on Twitter and Instagram, right? You guys see what happened. And
¿Qué es eso?
¿Qué es eso? Mijo, ¿qué es eso? And are you still on Facebook?
I'm not bad. I haven't been doxxed yet. They've tried to dox me a few times, but you can't get this one, baby.
Yeah.
Takes a
I'll
mighty
just do another
powerful.
one.
It takes a mighty powerful ass to sit on my throat.
I'll just make another one. That's why you have a bunch of AKs.
No, yeah, but we're excited to see what's gonna happen with how regionally, because nationally it doesn't like that's controlled, so
Yeah.
that's not gonna change.
Dude, to tell you the truth, as soon as it comes back, it'd be cool to like have a fucking like this festival of just everything.
Well, I can't really say nothing, but I know things are gonna happen.
But dude, like of everything, like every single fucking like
Come to invite us, bro.
a hardcore, a punk, and then
You
like
fools are
you
already
guys and
playing
whatever.
at the shows. Like, it's not that I see you guys a lot compared to other people who get swept under the rug. I feel like I see you guys a lot.
Oh
and
yeah,
not,
we appreciate it. Yeah.
not without disrespect to anybody or whatever, but I know you guys have played some pretty big shows. Like, what's the biggest show you played here? Because you played for a lot of things. You know?
It's weird because
Because we played a lot of good
we
shows.
did Music Under the Stars.
That was a great show.
That was a great show, but then I'm thinking
We did Neon Desert too.
we did Neon Desert, but I'm thinking most recent we even did the Fan Fiesta. We did Winterfest, like
Winterfest.
Like
We
that
did
was-
Winter, I
yeah.
did Winter. It was fucking weird.
Right?
Wait,
But
yeah.
we were a pop punk cover band, so we were like.
Yeah, so then it's kind of like, well, it's big, well, we've been having like a lot of great shows, so I'm thinking, well, which one is the biggest? And then like, well,
But I think that's cool, guys. That you guys are like, you know, fucking like getting out there, doing all this, you know, like all this shit, and that you guys are excited too to go out there, because I mean I'm excited too. I mean I'm kind of sick of just practicing and writing songs. I know it's cool, but I miss, you know, like fucking even if it's a little crowd, I miss it. It's like it's.
oh no, yeah, and you know what's pretty funny? The last show that we booked, February 28th, I didn't even want to fucking play it.
My wife's birthday. Is it because it was my wife's birthday?
And I was like, what? Whoa. No, I really remember like, dude, I'm tired of carrying this drum set, bro. You know what I mean? Like, well, you're at the door. You see it. You
That's
know,
what I hate the most about
The
the
eternal
fucking
plight
drums.
of the drummer.
yeah, like, dude, dude, help me, dude.
I would
please.
see people lug that shit up and down at Tricky, because I worked that door for a long time too, and I'm like, so
Clap.
I've basically asked a majority of questions that I wanted to ask. Now, on a personal level, after we get out of this, after we go back, what's the next 5 years? What's the next 2 years? I mean, I know it's a long time for people to look at, but in 2 years, where do you see the band? Like, you're gonna be on tour? Like, what's your real motivation where you're gonna come back? Like, I mean, obviously, I feel like.
You want to do this over?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell my
We'll-
perspective.
yeah, we'll give a perspective
We'll
each.
give
Go
our
ahead.
perspective.
Yeah, okay.
To me,
Uh-oh.
is it because we're getting old, man. We're getting old, and I'm not hinting that it's like the end, but it's more of a. I think after this album, we're gonna really be looking to like do shows, like 2-hour shows and stuff. That type
Oh,
of deal.
shit.
Just you know, just to continue with that, and then to me, I think ideally it's just we're just gonna keep releasing singles, but no more of this. We're writing an album, or we're gonna marathon.
How many albums is it now? It's 3, right? Or 4?
Well, is it just one? But we have like 14 songs released. All
Yeah, yeah.
throughout. Yeah.
I feel like you have a lot of EPs or
Yeah.
like 3 years.
Yeah. So that we're gonna keep doing with the singles. Every now and then we'll be like, let's make a music video for him. Let's do photos. Because doing that stuff to me, I love doing the shoots because it's funny. because we're like we have to do poses or whatever, right? And in these poses, I'm like we give each other shit or like to like move or like like it's fun. It's really funny. And then the music video when we did Pick It Up, because that's the only one that Pick It Up and Blossom. They're just enjoyable. It's just kind of like, hey, we're doing this as a group and it's fun. So to me, I wouldn't expect another album unless we got famous, unless it really blew up. I wouldn't be expecting another album. It's more of a, here's some songs, just keep feeding the YouTube, the Spotify. And with time, hopefully, people just kind of pick up, and if it snowballs and snowballs, I can quit my day job. But that's my perspective.
With the day job.
Nowadays, you don't even need albums. Like fucking singles just coming out and coming out. I think there's this band that you guys reminded me too. I don't know if you guys know. That's one of my favorite albums ever, Small Pools. But after their first record, they don't have another record. They're just singles. And they have, I think, like 20 singles after that shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't really need to put an album.
Yeah, because who's gonna sit down and be like
yeah, it's not like before when you bought a CD and like, oh shit.
I personally, and I've said this a long time, and you're probably gonna edit this out too because I'm repeating myself, but I miss the times of albums. You had to make a good fucking album from
not just
track
one
one to the last song, and it had to be complete. And then some fucking albums, when you play the last song, it perfectly mixes into the first song, so when it starts over, you don't even realize that you're listening to it over again. And I really do miss the album because you were forced to.
I miss the hidden tracks, dude, and like shit like that.
And I think that's a cool part about this album that we're putting like 110%. Because yesterday we had to decide on the next three
singles.
On the next 3 singles we want to release before the album, and that was hard. Honestly, it's gonna have 10 tracks. So out of 10, you already heard 3. We had to pick out another 3 singles
That are gonna come afterwards.
Yeah, that are gonna come afterwards an album. And out of those singles that we picked, we had to cut one up that I like. There's one that I'm in love with called Summer and Soul. That one's not gonna be a single, but I love that song so fucking much.
It's gonna be the 10th man out. It's the 10th one that doesn't get picked up on the
No,
street.
I mean,
you can put it out there though. Like I mean, like you yourself when the album is out, it's like, hey, here's.
oh no, it's gonna be in the album.
That's what I'm saying. Like you know how like in the album, like on Spotify, let's say, you yourself like, I'll tweet it out.
Yeah, I'll
this
be
is
like
my favorite.
Yeah, like Summer and Soul's my favorite, but it's not gonna be a single.
Yeah.
But
Why?
Why? We kind of voted. We already recorded a lot of it, and we kind of hear them, and then we're tweaking them, and then we're kind of like, okay, which one has more potential? And then Summer and Soul, we kind of voted on it, but we have a democracy where we're like, oh hey, which songs do you think is the best? I think right now the song that I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing, and it's just guitar and vocals, and like some drums or whatever.
I like how you like put yourself down with your shit.
Okay, but
and then the fucking
He's being humble.
okay, but that song, it's called Queen of the Night. I'm like, yo, dude, some people are gonna cry, bro. Like that's straight up in your feels, man. And then the other one, Run and Hide, is more of a groovy. And that one's like, yeah, people are gonna dance. And then you see, it's gonna have a little bit of it. And then what did we agree on?
Love in a Box.
And then Love in a Box to me is kind of like very Vampire Weekend, chill. But like you said,
it just depends,
Yeah.
really, because the way
they all
we
have
kinda-
their own vibe.
What we did before for this album, well, let me give my perspective for the year, for the next 2 years,
Yeah.
because I know you were asking about that. For me, what we want to do this year is that we want to release the 3 next singles, and after the 3 singles, we want to spread those out throughout the rest of this year. Once we release those
And
are
next
gonna
year.
and next year, those are to build hype for the album. And then right around when we hit around December, January, we really want to start moving more from artist perspective, more to a business marketing perspective, and we just really want to focus solely on selling the album, putting it out there, having this awesome finished product. And the reason why, I think, because it's like you're right, there's no need to do albums so much anymore. But I think the album was more my idea because we have never done an album. We've always done like 3-song EPs, things like that. And for me, like it's like kind of like he said, next year I don't know what's gonna happen. Like for me, I really just want to put out the album and make that kind of like not the masterpiece, but the combination of everything that we've ever done. And for me, like I do like albums. Like legit, I feel like part of the culture of having just singles is amazing. It's really cool. But it's like you said, back in the day when you would listen to albums, because I collect vinyls too. a part of the vinyl experience was to listen to it from beginning to end because it did put you through a story, it put you through a journey from beginning to end. And I feel when you just put out singles, you only get a snapshot of a little vibe of what someone felt or whatever, and then it's so fickle because then once it's over, oh, what's the next single from this other artist?
That's more for, I think that's more for like the young generation now, because their attention span is so like, boom, I listen to a song and that's it. Because I used to love reading the liner notes, the thank yous, like all that shit. I used to listen. Oh, dude! In one of my favorite albums, The Unseen, this shitty ass fucking punk band, dude. It said, and thank you to the guy that donated the first act drum set that we used in this record. And I always thought that was like a cool thing to know, you know. And so like I get you.
The vinyl should be your experience. You know, the vinyl should be like your sweat, your tears, all the hard work that you put into this music. And I feel like the vinyl is the final end product of that love and hardship that you put into it. Almost like a kid or a baby, you know? You put so much into it, and that's the fruit of your labor right there. A single is just one little snapshot. An album is like this whole thing that you put so much into.
So you're more about the album though?
Right now I am. Like for real right now. And not to sound kind of weird or a little bit like kind of downer about it, but like I said, I don't know what's going to happen next year. So for me, my goal right now is to really push the album, push it, try to really get it out there and have people love it, listen to it, and get immersed in it. And then after, let's say maybe if we release it in March, just like do a couple of shows, promote it, do all that. But then afterwards, I don't know, like for me personally, I don't know what it holds or what my future holds with the band after that. I might stick around and be like, hey, let's keep doing this, or even, I don't know, I might just work on something else or just do another thing, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure yet what I'm thinking about yet. And that sounds kind of downer. I still want to do it, but
it's not a downer. That's being honest. I think it's rare when people are honest nowadays because everybody's trying to you try to market something and you try to make something presentable so people actually listen to it.
Yeah.
And actually give it a chance, but at the same time, it's like, and that's why kind of this show was made. It was us letting people be honest about what they're doing. It was us letting people present themselves on their own platform because a lot of people don't get the chance. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times where I see you guys, I don't even get to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, I fucking work. I've at least seen you guys 20 times, let's say maybe. But I don't get to talk to you because I'm working. You guys are doing things. You don't get to have a chance to,
We're choking somebody else.
I mean, technically, we're not allowed to like just hang out with our alcohol at the door.
Yeah.
Like who does that, right?
But
it depends on where we're at.
Yeah. Well, for real, like it's good. It's like you said, like I'm not saying that, like that's it. You know what I mean? But like everything else, I think you gotta, as a musician, be honest. You gotta be vulnerable sometimes, and at the same time, you gotta be kind of like, know that shit changes. So like, I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this album because, like I said, we've been doing this for years, and we've never done an album. Even since we were like 14 years old, we've been doing this. And since we were 14, it was either A, we didn't have the money, or we really didn't have the resources to make this. And then it's like now that we're older, we have jobs, we have full-time jobs, and we're working. And it's like, sometimes people give a shit, like, why are you putting out an album? Why are you spending money on this and investing so much? But it's because we never could, when we were younger.
Yeah.
So we're still at that point where
now it's so easy.
Yeah, but like a lot of people now.
Back then it wasn't even accessible.
You needed to get a fucking booking a studio, and it was like fucking thousands of dollars.
A reel to reel.
Yeah.
Now you can put fucking GarageBand and become famous, dude.
And nowadays that we're older, now the issue isn't the money; it's like the time, bro. You know. And that's why when we still have that mid-range of time, I'm like, let's do it. You know. Yeah. This is a project of love. This is a project of hardship, and like what we've been doing for years. So let's just do it.
What's the album called? What is it gonna be called?
Oh,
you don't have a name for it yet?
I don't have a name for it.
Perfect. I love it.
Figure like, but
are you guys fighting over that?
Yeah.
No, like I know we're not fighting over it, but I know for a fact that there's gonna be some. To me, if it was just a self-titled.
I was gonna say, I was like, maybe if it's your first album, it's a self-titled.
Yeah, to me, if it's a self-titled, perfect. But as in a name, I'm like.
And artwork-wise?
We're still thinking about that too.
I'm gonna throw some concepts because some of the ideas that I run through that we see in Soulfrit, like I guess the music videos mostly, except Pick It Up, are ideas that I kind of like throw out there. They stuck to the wall and we did them. So I think I'll try to come up with a concept and see if Joshua and
it's like you said with the songs. Remember we were talking about that? It is kind of a democracy because we really try to really get everyone's opinion. Like his brothers and Nancy's, we're like, okay, what do you think? What do you want?
Yeah.
And we don't always agree on stuff. Like sometimes we do kind of legit fight over it. But then after that, we're like, all right, let's just chill out. Let's think about it some more. And thankfully enough, we've been doing pretty good so far with agreeing with stuff. But you know, we're gonna have to get there when we get there. With
Well, I
that
say
whole-
if you guys aren't fighting, you guys don't care.
yeah, exactly.
You know, if you guys aren't really trying to like,
You know, I
Put
like
little
that. I
sprinkles
like
on
that.
it.
Yeah, you're right. If someone's not saying I don't like this, then that means
somebody
you're
saying,
indifferent.
it's fucking.
Yeah, you're indifferent. There you
Yeah,
go.
get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
I mean, Enrique's
Paga esa madre. Paga esa madre.
Enrique's very like I don't care, but I think he's more of a I trust your guys' judgment because he gives a shit. But he says,
I just don't think he wants to get in a fight.
yeah, I think he's just avoiding an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because legit, the ones who mostly fight are him, Nancy, and myself. We're the ones who mostly go at it.
No, sí, esperamos.
Why? Why?
Ya voy a-
I guess because we have a lot of opinions on everything, you know? Like, I'm very opinionated with the direction, the
15
artwork, and the ideas. This guy also has a lot of ideas. And then Nancy,
Sí.
too. Like, you know what I mean? We just have a lot of different, like, ideas. Not,
But
they're not-
is it because of influences? Is it because of background, or is it just because of you guys have been in the band for X amount of time and you kind of know where it's going, or you kind of hope it's going this way?
Well, at least to me, it's more of a like Josh writes a song, but what I like to do to the songs and everything is that I want to add lore to it. I want to add a little bit of Easter eggs. Midnight Rose, Violet Sunrise, 2 a.m., Blossom. We only had those names because I asked Josh, dude, please let's sing the songs. Like, dude, please, like I didn't do shit, dude. I didn't like write shit, dude. But like, I only did the drums and the synths, but dude, like,
I only did 40% of the actual song, but I feel like I didn't do nothing.
yeah, dude, but please, dude, let's just go with this. And then he's like, yeah, okay. And it's a concept that we went through, and I think whenever we talk about interviews, we say that I like to call it the flower shop when we play those 4 songs together, because that's what it is, you know. Rose, Violet,
Blossom,
Blossom,
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
So is this based on a heartache that happened? Because I mean, I
Oh.
hear some of them. As much as you're as upbeat as it is, you catch the lyric and you say to yourself like, "Oh, some
Well-
shit happened there. I know what that is." You know.
Well, it's really just telling a story of a person that goes through a breakup, falls in love, perrea. And that's in case
That's
one-
what it is.
Yeah, okay, I guess you break up, perreas,
A huevo.
a huevo. You see a chick you really like, and you guys break up, but it's a whole cycle, and then you know it's kind of like a clock: midnight, 2 a.m., sunrise. So midnight it's a breakup, 2 a.m. is a perrear. At any, you know, like.
You wake up at 6 and you're like, "Where the fuck am I? Where the fuck is this
but
person?"
wait, you to a new day,
Yeah.
to a new opportunities, to a new person.
Just the 500 days of summer.
Well, it's just it's in
Just
the
not the breakup itself.
It's in the span of a day technically, because Violet Sunrise is in
Okay.
the morning, Blossom is assumed to be in the evening, and then you know you do the whole shabam again.
All over.
That's cool.
All over. So I mean, technically that's the lore that I've added onto it. That I see it. It's just coincided that the songs kind of are about that. You know what I mean? Like 2 a.m. happened to be about perrear. So Violet Sunrise happened to be about, you know, like seeing someone and being like, wow, this person's amazing.
Yeah.
And then Blossom happened to be, so it was all just a coincidence that just made sense. Because I just want a song next to you.
I dig it, babe. I dig it when people have like some soul into everything. He's giving me the look that we gotta go now. But on a final note, please give us all of your red. You don't have nothing else to say, or did they tell you to go back?
No, we have like 10 minutes.
Okay, porque si no me gritan. No quiero entrar, no quiero que me griten. But
I'm
no,
not
you-
afraid of you choking me. I'm afraid of my wife choking
No,
me.
I know. I'm afraid of your wife choking you too.
But anyways, if anything else you guys want to add, I think like this man went deep on you guys.
I wanted you guys, like I said, I want you guys to be able to talk about things. A lot of people don't. They just kind of come in like, "Oh, you're a fucking twin, bro."
Yeah.
I love that. They're like,
The only
no, because they do.
Look at him. Look, he's already getting.
Cool.
that's fucking
You
stupid.
guys are in a
though.
band? You
Like,
guys are twins?
It's like fucking, you know, like we're
But
all
it's rare.
humans. Like
No, but it's really rare. I think it's kind of like, I guess, besides the gimmicks we already do on stage, that's another really good gimmick. It's something that kind of catches your attention of a band, you know, people want to see that.
That's one thing that I say about bands, that like if you don't have a gimmick, you don't get like a lot
wear a
of
mask.
attention. That's why. Well, I don't wear a mask in this band.
It's a gimmick.
But the thing is that what I want to tell you, because I know that you don't like much of like, you want to be more of a synth and stuff. But as a drummer, dude, because me as a drummer, I want to stand out, because I usually feel that all the people in front of me, they're the ones that stand out, not me. Usually the bassist and the drummer are in the back, and they're kind of like, yeah, you guys are over there. You guys keep the rhythm. You guys are the most important, probably part of the band. But you know, the singer and the guitarist, whatever, they get the more attention. So to me, dude, and in my band, I know that you're like trying to be humble and stuff. But when they ask me, "Are you a good drummer?" I always say, "Well, come see the show." I don't know if I'm a good drummer.
I'll use that one, dude, because honestly, I'm ass, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but it's because you can't be like, "I'm amazing, bro," like, or
No,
"Oh, I suck."
no, like I can play like rock band on expert drums, like most of the set list, you know, like, but like besides that, it's kind of like I'm alright, you know, like I think what I've gotten better is keeping a beat.
But it really comes through though when you're playing your music that you wrote, because when you're playing somebody else's, of course you're not gonna shine like they did.
Yeah.
When you write your own shit, that's when you're gonna shine, and that's one of the things. So I tell that, but I try to be right in front of the band. So like with my band, everybody's all fucking serious, and I'm a fucking clown.
Yeah.
And they're always like, "Dude, you're funny." Like just,
Oh no, yeah, just do that too.
just keep
Like,
being the.
What? I think what?
Like, this guy's a fucking clown. Like,
No, not really.
There's things that I go on the
It used to be
drums.
more your brother, and then now it's like no. But now everybody.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's
It's more your brother.
the choreography for some of the shows we do it at the drumming, and like it's very it's a gimmick, bro. Like gimmick and tricks, bro.
I think you should just be.
Well, it's called stage presence. That's not gimmick and
You
tricks,
should be
it's
more.
called stage
You
presence.
should be more
It's not-
proud of your music.
I think
Well, and that I am.
Not necessarily like being a drummer, but like, you know, the music that you wrote being a drummer, because a lot of people can't do that. I don't know if you want to be like the fucking drummer from this band Dredge. He plays the keyboards and the drums at the same time. So like
with
he'll-
his dick.
he's like he has a hand in the keyboards and he has the other hand playing the drums too. So it's possible. Maybe it's a little hard, but if you're playing fucking, you know, DDR and all that shit, like
You already got
as
the
much as
coordination.
you have the coordination, bro. So I mean, that's the thing that I got from you though. Like, just I think you should just be a little bit more proud of that at
Well,
least. Not,
Drummers are rare in El Paso. Everybody fights over drummers, right?
Yeah.
And you know funny, we're trying to find the drummer to replace me, and we can't even do that. You know what I mean?
it's
Oh, no.
hard. It is.
Yeah.
hard, man.
Oh no, but I guess what I'm like more proud of is the music. Maybe I'm not the best drummer, but man, for our song, I wrecked the shit out of our like the drums for our
And
song.
exactly
Yeah.
that. Be proud of that. You don't have to be fucking, you know, Neil Peart, Travis Barker. You don't have to be.
He's
You're
humble,
you.
baby. He's humble. He's not gonna
Yeah,
let
you're
it-
Oh no, no, even at that, dude, they're on a different.
No, I'm just saying so that they give a good name to drummers, bro. Because they're all, we're always falling back and like, what is he doing? Where's the drummer? They're like loading up. Where is he?
He's too tired. He already went back to the
Get the fuck
fucking-
out of here.
Yeah.
But anyways, with that said, thank you guys for an intimate talk with us, with the Night Trap people. Please give us your social Reddits. Please tell us an album date or whatever. Please.
And
this
I'll
is your
link your
time.
Spotify.
Okay.
Yeah, link this. We'll link the Spotify.
Find the fuck. Help me here. I
Instagram,
forget.
Instagram,
Okay,
right?
Instagram,
Instagram.
Facebook, YouTube,
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon,
Damn.
Deezer,
The majors.
Tidal,
All Soul Parade. Is it All Soul Parade?
All
Soul Parade,
Parade.
Soul Parade. Yeah, just
Soul Parade Music
Soul
also.
Parade or Soul Parade Music.
Okay.
You know, Google. You Google it. We have our own.
I'll link it in the bottom anyways.
Yeah.
Like, so it'll have all the. I mean, I'm not gonna link every single. Like, I'll probably put Apple Music and Spotify, the two main.
Honestly,
And then
if you
all
go to
your
our,
search.
one of our music videos, it's all there. Like all the links are there.
Everything is there.
So I'll just like copy that shit.
Easy, easy.
And then I'll put one of your videos. I'm gonna try to put one of your videos like either at
We're
the
gonna
end
steal one of your videos for copyright.
Because there's gonna be footage here and there of whatever we talk about.
As we're talking, right?
So like you know, it'll be.
He just likes to censor.
I don't like to fucking edit.
He
Dude.
likes to censor.
If I
He
fucking,
has the best
if
farm.
there's something I hate editing, dude. It's
No,
just that
but
it's
for real
time
though.
consuming, bro.
I thank you guys. I appreciate you coming in. I respect what you do. When you told me we are gonna have you guys on, I was like, cool, because there's a lot of fucking fuckers that want to be on the show, and I'm like, nah, bro, like they're whack. Like, so you know what? Thank you guys for going on. Thank you for being representing the El Paso scene in your own way, because obviously you guys are way different from what's going on in a lot of other spots. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Please tell everybody else, love from Sucio. But please sign us out, mijo.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Sucio, for being here and always fucking conducting the interview like fucking Ted Koppel or some shit.
I'm just trying to get some fucking.
Is he still alive? I think he's still alive. But anyway, Bam Bam is already calling us out, dude.
The Bam Bam really wants.
We have our little security dog. But anyways, with that said, thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys. Thank you
You
all.
guys are
Thank you.
fucking welcome whenever you want. Maybe you can bring, your brother and Nancy, so that they can know what it all.
It's all weird now. We don't know who to invite.
Maybe you guys can tag up and then they'll be the ones here.
If not, we'll see you when
And then I'll show your brother the footage where you're saying that you're a buffer. Just kidding. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. Remember to follow us at Nitro Podcast, at Love Sucio, and at Soul Parade. And we'll see you guys out there. Hopefully, coronavirus is over soon. Everybody's saying 2020.
Ya llévame Dios, ya.
But if not, yeah, you just fucking take me. Anyways, thank you guys. Later.
Don't change. Have a great summer. Keep in touch. Where do I fucking throw?